The EPA is using drones to spy on cattle ranchers in Nebraska and Iowa. They want to make sure the farmers are disposing of waste properly. The EPA says it's perfectly justified in doing this. Guess who thinks otherwise? This man, the judge, Andrew Napolitano. I take it you don't approve.
I don't approve, but unfortunately, standing in the way of my disapproval and the EPA is an opinion by the Supreme Court of the United States, which says that so long as this is being done for an administrative purpose, that is, as long as the governmental agency that owns the drones or is sending the drones there has a duty under the law to know what's going on the real estate, it doesn't need a warrant in order to do so. So if this is a legitimate area of concern for the EPA, the Supreme Court has said they can use the drones. But here's the question. Suppose the drone takes a picture of something unrelated to the purpose for which the EPA has sent the drone, which other agencies of the government might be interested in seeing. Is that Sudafed that you're taking for your cold or for your meth habit? Are you smoking in front of your children?
For example.
Are you growing marijuana? Is that fertilizer for your rose bushes or for the bomb you're going to put in your pickup truck? I mean, there are a lot of activities that are normal, which could be deemed as ambiguous when viewed through the suspicious eyes of government. So how far do we want to let these drones go? In the era in which the Supreme Court said that the government could use, at the time they were helicopters and planes, they weren't drones, to look at the way the real estate is being run, we didn't have drones, and we didn't have drones that would be run by people in the comfort of an office. Okay. And these issues hadn't yet arisen. Prediction: the court will view these differently when the first drone takes a picture of something other than what it's there to look at.
Supposing it was law enforcement, not the EPA, but law enforcement, looking down on someone's private property, looking for a fugitive, for example.
Well, law enforcement needs
a search warrant?
Depends on what they want to do. If they are following a fugitive, they need to know generally where he is. They have to have what's called articulable suspicion. But if they just want to look at your backyard or Cheryl's backyard or my backyard, that they'd have to have a search warrant for.
But I've been getting speeding tickets for years thanks to aircraft above me, so what's the big deal?
Yes. Yeah, come on, George.
They caught me. I was going 90. Oops.
How do you know that you got a speeding ticket from an airplane?
Because they told me when I got the ticket.
You believe everything they tell you.
Oh, come on, Judge.
Well, look, it's actually very difficult to calculate the movement of a car from a moving plane. Think about it. You have two vehicles moving.
Yeah, we're talking principle here, Judge. Look, they did it to me. I was riding into Arizona.
Here's the government's argument. The government's argument is you have no expectation of privacy by being on a public street. My argument is that may be true, but you still have the right to be left alone, and you still have the Fourth Amendment, which requires probable cause before they can come after you. Now, were you going so fast that it was so obvious that they didn't even need probable cause?
I was going pretty fast. I was very young and very stupid, but it was in Arizona, as was Stewart's ticket. I don't know if it's national.
We're probably entering an era in our lives when these drones will be used for ordinary law enforcement.
Yeah, we are.
I condemn that. That will not be a happy time in America when it comes.
Okay.
Nor will it be constitutional.